Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share an Aldi grocery haul with you. I went shopping at Aldi here in Ireland and I got all kinds of goodies which I will share in the video with you today. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more yummy videos. I share grocery hauls, recipes, all kinds of food inspirations. I try and make recipes as easy and quick, as budget friendly as possible. So be sure to hit that subscribe button to join the Yummy Inspirations community and leave a like and a comment to let me know what your go-tos at Aldi are. So let me go through what I got today. So I've got a whole lot of fruit and veg. So I've got some spinach over there. Lately whenever I've been cooking eggs afterwards, I just throw in a couple of handfuls of spinach and saute them. I just love cooked spinach and that is what I've been doing. And I've been trying to very low-key stockpile food, not being crazy with it, but kind of just thinking and trying to buy foods which will last as long as possible. Obviously the spinach I'll use in a few days, but things like onion and apples, which I've got over there, and citrus fruits, I've got some, it's a bag of lemon and limes. They last really well, so they can kind of last a while. In Ireland here, we're not in a lockdown situation just yet, and I'm not panic buying. I'm just kind of being mindful of my purchases because you just kind of never know what's happening nowadays, and I'm just trying to think of it. Food has kind of started running out a little bit in some of the stores, but they seem to be replenished quite quickly, and it isn't as dire as other countries around the world that I've seen with the shopping. So I'm just being mindful and not going too crazy. So as I said, I've got some onions over there which last really well, lemons, and my kids love apples and they last well too, so we've got that. I've still got other fruit in my fridge and in my fruit bowl, so I haven't worried too much. And frozen fruit as well. I've got whole strawberries. Actually bought 2 bags of whole strawberries. I use them in smoothies and I also make my chia jam regularly. As soon as a jar is finished, I make another jar of chia jam, and this is the strawberries I use for it, frozen strawberries. So I bought 2 extra bags. I've only just made a batch and I've got now another 2 bags of frozen strawberries in my freezer, so no matter what we'll be able to have fruit and chia jam and all of that goodness. So yeah, I've got my onion and broccoli. Other veggies I got was cucumber and courgettes, zucchini. I have been making loads of soups lately as well, so I may just turn broccoli and zucchini into soup. I've still got leek left over from last week's shop, so I've been just mixing all those together, and I've still got garlic as well from last week's shop, so that is going to go into some yum soups. And chocolate, I bought 3 blocks of this dark chocolate. I love it in hot chocolates. I have hot chocolate every day or every other day, and so yeah, the chocolate from Aldi is brilliant. It's budget friendly, and yeah, it's got pretty good ingredients in it for an Aldi chocolate, so that is what I have, and I got a good few of those. And cashews, we love having nuts as a snack, so I always top up on nuts there. We love cashews. That's just the nut that we buy and we get it over and over again, so we got some cashews. And whole milk natural yogurt. Usually what I do is, just because I love getting yogurts that have no sugars and other bits added to it, this is just a plain natural yogurt, and then either I sweeten it with a bit of maple syrup for the kids, or I pop a bit of my chia jam in. So it's a berry yogurt that has not too many weird and wonderful ingredients in it. It's just my chia jam and natural yogurt, and it's got a good use by, so I actually bought 2 of them till the 16th of April, so, or sorry, 18th of April, I couldn't see that, the 18th of April this is used by, so I got 2 of them, so that'll last us a little while. So we've got some good natural probiotics. And carrots, my kids love carrots as snacks. I pop them into soups and stews as well, so I got some organic carrots from Aldi. And soft cheese, cream cheese. I've been making cream cheese chocolate mousse. I've been mixing them in and making creamy sauces with mushrooms, and also making my cheesecake. So I stock up always on Aldi on cream cheese when I'm there. It's another ingredient. You can actually pop it into the freezer. If you pop it in the freezer, it lasts really well, so it's another ingredient you can kind of keep on hand if needed. But when you do pop it in the freezer, it's much nicer when you bake with it rather than using it as a topping, but it's just another ingredient that you can keep to hand. And my Aldi sells chia seeds, so I got chia seeds so I can keep making my chia jam. We make chia puddings with a bit of the yogurt. Also popping it into smoothies is really nice as well. And coconut oil, this is my cooking oil of choice, so I stocked up. I got 2 more jars of it. I've already had one, so I've now got the one I'm using plus 2 more jars of coconut oil. I'll be good for coconut oil for a while now. It's one of my staples, and so just who knows what's coming down the line. At least I've got loads of coconut oil to see me through. And as I mentioned, yes, the apples, my kids love apples. And with fruit, yeah, I've still got bananas left from a previous shop which are going pretty ripe, and I'm thinking of making my banana bread. So buying in bulk lots of bananas means you can do things like make banana bread. I've got a lovely recipe for gluten-free banana bread. I'll leave it in the description down below if you'd like to have a look at that. And banana waffles, there's lots of things to do with bananas. I might just leave a couple of the recipes down below if you're interested in having a look at that. And porridge for breakfast, we kind of rotate between having eggs or oats for breakfast, and so I just stocked up on my porridge oats. They've got organic oats. These were 99 cents at Aldi. Aldi's brilliant for that, so I got porridge oats so we can have that. And yeah, you might notice a few items missing from this grocery haul. I do shop at other supermarkets in Ireland, and I get eggs usually at a store called Dunnes Store here in Ireland, and my meat and chicken and everything from there, and from Tesco and Super Value. I don't tend to buy much of it from Aldi. It's just the quality here in Ireland is exceptional, and I tend to buy it from elsewhere. And actually just today I made a massive beef stew. I made the beef stew, again the recipe I shared recently on my website. I made a big beef stew today, and so that stew will last us as meaty meals for the next couple of days. And so this is kind of filling in the blanks and just stocking up my pantry. And also I got these, I found these recently, cocoa orange bars. We've been absolutely loving these, and the ingredients, it's really just, we love our cashews, crushed cashew kernels, 40%, dates, 40%, raisins, fat reduced, cocoa powder, and orange oil. And these are really nice, and they're almost as good as making it myself. I've got lots of foods that I'm kind of making, and lots of ingredients and recipes I've been making myself, but it's nice to have these bars as well. And maple syrup here too. And while I've been filming this, I thought I might do as well, because I've been talking so much about stockpile food. I'm going to put a blog post together with my list of foods, and I'll leave it in the link down below, because I have been getting questions about what kind of foods to stock up on and recipes to make during this interesting time period. So what I'm going to actually do now is clear all this food away, and I'm going to pop some of my other favorite foods that I've got in my pantry, my freezer, and in my fridge that I have been kind of slowly stockpiling, or that I always have to hand, that might give you some more ideas for stockpile foods. So let me clear all this away and I'll show you the foods next. Okay, so I feel like this is video part 2. These are just items I've pulled out of my pantry, freezer and fridge that I've been slowly stockpiling, that I usually always have to hand anyhow. And it might just give you some ideas for foods that you already have in your kitchen. My number one step, if you are faced with 14 days of isolation, quarantine, is to look and just make lists of what you already have in your fridge, freezer, pantry. And you might be surprised that you could mix and match and find ingredients that you can put together and put together some really good rounded meals. But these are ingredients I kind of always have to hand. I'm not suggesting panic buying and going crazy, but just these are what I have to hand. So if it can help you, then hopefully you can get some insight and inspiration from it. So starting up over here, I've got peanut butter. We go through so much peanut butter, and I just keep an eye always, regardless of anything. I keep an eye when it's on sale. These usually retail for €10 a tub, but I find it regularly half price, and all of the times I've bought it has been half price. It's been €5 for this enormous tub full of peanut butter, and I've probably still got about 8 of them in my cupboard. I don't have much cupboard space, and most of it is taken up by peanut butter. My kids go through it so much. I go through it so much. I make my peanut butter cookies, no-bake peanut butter cookies so often, and yeah, we go through so much peanut butter. So that's one that we always keep to hand, and then at time protein, full of nutrition, so good. And I always just keep an eye on the expiry date and make sure this one's best before the end of 2021 or best before March 2021. So I just keep an eye and I make sure that we use it before the use by date, which we do. And peanut butter is just one of those ones I always have in my pantry. And as far as frozen vegetables go, I showed you the only frozen fruit I rarely buy is berries, and sometimes I get mangoes too, but peas and corn freeze really well. We like to include them in our meals, so we've got petit pois as our peas, and onion actually also freeze really well, and I keep that as well as having fresh onion frozen. Sometimes I just don't have the time to chop up an onion, and I can just grab out a portion and just cook it straight away, and it just adds in an extra veg, which is really good in my book. So I always like to keep onion in my freezer. And just in general, baking supplies, whatever you like to bake, whether you're gluten-free, grain-free, whether you have regular flour, just keeping baking supplies. So I've always got coconut flour and I've always got cacao powder. These are both from Aldi, although I think they've stopped, really sadly, I think they've stopped selling this coconut flour. I'm hoping it's just out of stock and it'll come back, but I've still got a couple of those left in my cupboard to go through. So coconut flour is one that I always use as usually my flour of choice, and cacao powder to make all kinds of chocolate desserts. Having those two, I've always got eggs as well, means I can make some sort of a cake or mousse or some sort of a sweet treat. And I only recently started having tomato again. I haven't had tomato for the longest time, and I saw this jar and I thought I'm going to kind of give it a try because it's tomato and vegetable, and it agreed with me, it agreed with my family. So I stocked up on a couple of jars of those to either make bolognese or make some sort of a veggie stew with. So yeah, I've got a couple of jars of those. That seems to be the first thing that have gone from supermarkets. The supermarket shelves seem to be completely empty of all kinds of pasta and pasta sauces. We're not big pasta or usually pasta sauce eaters in my family, but yeah, this is what we found, and you kind of just experiment and find which you like as a family, and then just see how many you think you might go through. You don't want to just end up wasting food. So yeah, long story short, that's the one that agrees with us, and that is what I've got. And quinoa, we quite enjoy having quinoa either for breakfast instead of oats, or I'll cook up some and make a salad or have it as part of a meal. And these bags are only €1 a bag, so I've got quite a few of them. I each time I go shopping kind of get another one, accumulate. I've probably got 5 or so bags of quinoa in my pantry, but I go through them, so it's not like they're going to go to waste. And we just love quinoa. It's also high in protein, and it's just a really good ingredient. And as well as nuts and nut butter, I also like to keep dried fruit. My kids love these dates. They're proper whole dates, still have the pip, so my kids know. My kids are almost 10 and 12 already, so they kind of know how to take the pip out and can deal with it. So dried fruit is another one of those foods. Whatever dried fruit you like, experiment and find what you do like, and just keep them to hand. So it's just another snack. You can mix through yogurt, top it with top porridge with it, have all kinds of desserts. My kids also quite enjoy opening up a date and filling it with a bit of almond butter. That is a bit of an indulgent treat that they absolutely love. And now as far as milk goes, I've started reintroducing dairy. If you've followed my channel for a while, you know that milk hasn't been agreeing with me for the longest time, and I've just felt that I don't want to continue always having oat milk or almond milk, and so I've started slowly reintroducing dairy. So when I cook anything that has milk in, I'll put a little bit of dairy milk and then the oat milk, and it seems to be agreeing with me slowly in small portions. But for the meantime as well, I've also got quite a few of these unsweetened oat milks in my pantry around my kitchen. My kitchen counter is just full of oat milk. I've got a whole lot of these oat milks that I've been accumulating. So if you're happy getting cartons of these UHT long life milks, it means no matter what, you've got milk available for a few days, weeks, months, however much you go through and however many you can keep in your kitchen, in your pantry. Then it's just another food that then you can make up meals. Because for us to make up chocolate quinoa, chocolate porridge for breakfast, yes, we have chocolate everything, chocolate porridge or oatmeal for breakfast. It's as simple as oats, oat milk, water, cocoa powder, maple syrup, which are all ingredients that you can keep forever and ever in your kitchen and easily be able to make a lovely porridge, oatmeal, or even the chocolate quinoa with. And I live in Ireland, so butter has to feature here, and actually the last few weeks this butter has been on special for €1.25 at my local Dunnes store, so I have been stocking up, and I probably have about 8 of them in my fridge. My fridge is really small, but is again full of butter, and I've got a whole lot of these butters which I use. I've been making soda bread lately, and also just cooking with it heaps. I just go through a lot of butter, so making cookies, making cakes, and yeah, so I've got butter always in my fridge. I make sure I've got heaps of that, and I've probably got quite a bit of supply of butter over there. And cheese as well, obviously doesn't last forever and not out the fridge, but cheese tends to last quite a while, so finding some cheese options that your family likes and keeping those, it just means it's a protein option. If you end up running out of meat, chicken, fish, that you've got some protein that you can enjoy, and there's just so many options for the different types of cheese that you can have. And tuna, that's another protein. We love our tuna. My husband loves sardines. I'm not a big fan, but we've always got a couple of those, which actually I made quite a nice quinoa salad with quinoa and tuna and pesto, which I didn't take out as well. I could make this video go on forever, and I apologize if it's already too long, but I just thought I'd share my thoughts. So yes, tuna is another one of those ingredients that you can always keep to hand, that is so versatile and can be used so many ways. And finally, stock pots. These little stock, instead of stock cubes, I quite like these little stock pots instead. So when I make soup, it just adds loads of flavor, and you can just add a few ingredients. You could just about make a pea soup. You could make a pea soup with peas, onion, if you've got any other vegetables, throw them in as well, and stock, and you've got a soup. So yeah, those are my stockpile that I've slowly been accumulating. They're just regular foods that I always have in my kitchen, in my fridge, freezer, pantry, cupboards, kitchen counter, everywhere. I've just got food everywhere in the house. So yeah, I hope this has given you some ideas. I'd like to know from you if you want some more food ideas. I was thinking of filming more, maybe even a what I eat in a day, with showing you putting these meals together, and a breakfast, lunch and dinner made with foods that you can keep for a long time. Let me know what you think of that, and I will write a blog post, and it'll be down below with my full stockpile food list. So these and others that I usually keep to hand, but I don't want to make you panic or worry or stress or run to the store. I just want to inspire you to look in your kitchen to see what you already have that you can mix and match with meals. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Any future video requests, I look forward to interacting with you in the comments. I know this has been a long video, but thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more videos too, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.